And now, from the Career Tech Studios in Stillwater, here's your host, Andy Barth.
Hello everyone, I'm Andy Barth. Rob McClendon is away this week. When most people think of Oklahoma, it's the prairie that comes to mind, with not a tree in sight. But when it comes to our terrain, our state is as diverse as any in the nation. Today, we look at an Oklahoma natural resource by examining one that's both huge and plentiful, our forest lands. Eastern Oklahoma is covered in 5.7 million acres of forested lands, which is known for being one of the most diverse in the nation. But forestry is not just a booming industry, it's a way of life. Joining me now is our Keela Kellen.
Well, Andy, when thinking about Oklahoma, forestry isn't something that comes to mind. However, near the town of Broken Bow, people come from all over to celebrate the surrounding forest.
Log rolling, chainsaw races, and even an old-fashioned Jack and Jill competition. Events at the Owa-Chito Festival of the Forest at Beavers Bend State Park. Dave Smolian is an event organizer.
The festival started a little more than 40 years ago. This is the 40th anniversary, and it was all designed to celebrate the heritage here in Southeast Oklahoma, whether it be the Choctaw Nation or the forestry. And the words Owa-Chito actually have to do with the forest and the festival as well. So it all ties in together. And again, this was started over 40 years ago, and there are a tremendous amount of events, and we have a lot of entertainment, and there's a lot of forestry events as well, which is really one of the main draws. The festival will draw in anywhere between 30 and 40,000 people over the 3 days, and it's just a tremendous boost to our economy here in Southeast Oklahoma.
An economy that is thriving due to the number of local tourism attractions. Michelle Finch works for the Department of Agriculture, Food and Forestry.
I think one of the most unique things that we can talk about in Southeast Oklahoma is how forestry and tourism coexist. You know, we've got this fabulous vast forest that we're going to see, and in the heart of it we've got all the cabins, and people come here to enjoy the forest, and at the same time it's a productive forest that's being harvested. We see log trucks coming up down the road, we've got sawmills operating and all kinds of industry. So we're actually harvesting, replanting, and tourists are still flocking here to enjoy this forest that's an actually working productive forest.
Forest land that stretches across much of southeastern Oklahoma.
There are nearly 10 million acres of land in Oklahoma that's forested, which is almost 23% of the state, and I think most people find that hard to believe.
Kurt Atkinson is a local forester and says that most people are surprised about the impact forestry has in the state.
Well, I think the obvious one most people understand already are the wood products that we harvest from the forest, but in addition, while you're managing forests for wood, you also have clean water, healthy watersheds that are tree covered, are the highest quality water that you can find, air quality, carbon sequestration, wildlife habitat, recreation, hiking, a lot of different hunting, fishing activities are associated with forest lands. And so there's a whole variety of reasons why trees are important to Oklahoma.
All right, trademark start.
Including tourism. Here at the Forestry Festival, visitors enjoy a part of the state many are just learning about.
Tourism in McCurtain County is probably one of our top 3 industries. It's amazing the amount of folks that are coming in, not just from the Texas area, but now Oklahoma City and Tulsa are beginning to learn about Beavers Bend State Park, Broken Bow Lake, the Lower Mountain Fork River, and all the things that it has to offer. Even though we're in Oklahoma, we've got the trees, the mountains, the streams, and our tourism is just a huge industry.
Contributing more than $2 billion to our state's annual economy.
One of the other big things that's happening is a lot of economic development in this area, in these woods, with lots of cabins being built. And from a forestry perspective, from an economic development perspective, that's an awesome thing. You know, it's generating a lot of dollars for the tourism economy, and it's incredible.
Making Beavers Bend State Park and the forestry area not only a tourist destination, but an economic and environmental asset to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's forests support an annual $2.7 billion wood products industry, and the forest itself is an attraction to tourists from surrounding states.
Well, Keela, it certainly looks like southeastern Oklahoma has become a popular place to visit. What other events are happening around there?
Well, Andy, each November they hold an annual folk festival and craft show, and it's really become a popular place to go.
All right, thank you so much, Keela.
You're welcome, Andy.
And when we return, we'll talk to a representative from the largest forestry company in the nation.